All right, so we are in our final stretch here, and I do understand that as of lately, we've been doing a lot of back-end work. So we've been working on our database handler here. So nothing very satisfying for obvious reasons that we don't see anything in our application, right? But this is actually the legwork that we need to do to have in order for us to understand how to create databases, tables, go through and get stuff, update, and do all of the database operations. Okay, let's finalize this now by creating the get contacts count. Let's go back to our database handler here because that's where we do everything. And here I'm going to go ahead and say get contacts count like that. So I'm going to say public int because I'm receiving an integer. That's a count, right? Say get contacts count, or I can just go ahead and say get count. That, okay? Very good. In this case here, I'm going to create a string, which is going to be for my query. I'm going to call this count query. Going to be equal to select, because we need to select all asterisk there from what? Well, we're going to select that from our special place table name. That's it. Okay. Once we do that, then we can say SQLite database, create our object db is equal to this that get readables, because we're going to be reading indeed. And then I'm going to create a cursor, call this cursor. I'm going to invoke our db that raw query, and I'm going to pass our count query as such. But also we need to pass here that we don't want to pass any arguments at all. Okay, so we just want to go ahead and do a raw query here and pass the select all from that table there. Let's see what's going on. Delete unreachable statement. Right, so we don't need to do that, it seems like, because at this point, once we get the count, it closes itself out. All right, so now we have our get count. Let's see if this works. Back to our main where we have been for a long time. I'm going to just come up here and say log d, say db get count like that. And of course, I'm going to just put a count here for our tag. Give it a quick run. Installing the APK. And we should see something if all goes well. Let's go to our cat. It's probably the best way. I'm going to say count. And it says 3 because we indeed only have 3 items in our database. That's it. Very good. So at this point here, we have finalized working with our database handler. So we're able to create a database. We're able to also create a table. You can create many tables if you wish to do so, but we only needed to create one table. So we can get our hands a little bit dirty here and get stuff done. So we're able to do the CRUD operation. So create, read, update, and delete. And of course, I added this get count here so that anytime you want to know how many items are inside of our database, you can always just call get count, and then we'll return all of the rows in our database. Okay, very good. So there's a lot that we've done here. And like I said, the beauty of understanding at least how to do this is that in most cases, all you will have to do is just use this database handler class in your projects and change, of course, a few things like creating the table, if you want to create multiple tables and so forth. But the idea, the basics is always going to be the same. Nothing else really will change that much. All right. Very good. So in the next videos, what we're going to be doing is we're going to expand our knowledge about databases and how to use databases, perhaps in a simpler application so that you can see how to actually make this work. Great. So congratulations for getting to this point, and I'll see you in the next video.